TBS News, I'm Rosine Park. More than 100 world leaders have agreed on a plan to end deforestation by the year 2030. The pledge to be issued at the UN Climate Conference in Glasgow is backed by almost $20 billion in public and private funding and endorsed by countries home to 85% of the world's forests, including Brazil, Russia, the U.S., Indonesia, and Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea's climate envoy Conrad said fundamental change is needed in order to preserve forests.
The whole key is you've got to make forests more valuable alive than dead. So in Papua New Guinea, we get paid when we cut down the logs and sell it to China, and they make furniture and sell it to the UK. And then we get paid when we plant a commodity on the soil. And because there's no value given to the forest loses almost every time. So we've got to value the ecosystem service of forests in our economy, and that's the challenge that we have.
British Prime Minister Boris Johnson said the agreement is pivotal to the overarching goal of limiting temperature rises to 1.5 degrees Celsius. But climate campaigners say the 2030 date is too far away and that action must be taken sooner to save the planet. Greenpeace criticized that the initiative effectively gives a green light to another decade of deforestation. Meanwhile, Queen Elizabeth urged leaders to rise above the politics of the moment. The Queen, who is 95, was scheduled to attend the climate conference but made the address by video message after doctors advised her to rest at home.
In the coming days, the world has the chance to join in the shared objective of creating a safer, stabler future for our people and for the planet on which we depend. None of us underestimates the challenges ahead. But history has shown that when nations come together in common cause, there is always room for hope.
South Korea formally committed to cutting greenhouse gas emissions by 40% from 2018 levels by the year 2030. President Moon Jae-in announced a reduction target in Glasgow, saying now is the time to act. He added that the country will try to bring carbon emissions down on the entire Korean peninsula by pushing for tree planting campaigns in North Korea. The North is known to be suffering severe deforestation due to excessive logging for fuel, which has contributed to flooding and other natural disasters. Korean health authorities have reported 1,589 new cases of COVID-19 and 16 more virus-related fatalities from the previous 24 hours. A majority of the latest cases were from the Greater Seoul area, including Incheon and the surrounding Gyeonggi province, according to the Korea Disease Control and Prevention Agency. Health authorities remain on high alert over new cluster infections following the Halloween weekend. The government has said there is a potential for a twofold or threefold increase in new coronavirus patients as the country adjusts to living with COVID-19, warning people must not let their guard down. Under the first phase of the government plan to return to normal daily life, people are now allowed to gather in groups of up to 10, regardless of vaccination, and most business curfews have been lifted, but basic preventative measures like wearing masks indoors remain in effect. That's all the news for now. You're listening to TBS eFM.